Good morning students, this is Latif sir. Today I will discuss about the gas laws. In the first video on this chapter I have already discussed about defined properties of gases. Okay, so what are gas laws? The behavior of a gas under known conditions of temperature, pressure, volume is described by laws which are known as gas laws. So, gas laws are used to describe the behavior of a gas under known conditions of temperature, pressure, and volume. Now, see standard variables. Standard variables are temperature, pressure, and volumes. Okay, the physical behavior of gases can be described by three standard variables such as volume, pressure, and temperature. And all gases are similar in their physical behavior. They expand and contract equally under similar conditions of temperature and pressure. And for a given mass of a gas, a change in one or more than one variable, that is pressure, volume, and temperature, result in a change in the remaining variables. So first standard variable is volume. The volume, which is represented by V, capital V, the volume of a gas is equal to the volume of the container. You know that. An unit of volume, SI unit of volume is meter cube. And other unit of volume are centimeter cube, milliliter, liter, decimeter cube. These are other units of volume. Now relationship between the units, define units of volume. For example, 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 decimeter cube and 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liters. And you have to remember 1 decimeter cube is equal to 1 liter. And 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml. And 1000 ml means 1000 centimeter cube. Now second variable, standard variable is pressure, which is represented by capital P. You know gas exert pressure on the wall of the container. Okay, and the force exerted by gas on the wall of the container per unit area is known as pressure of the gas. So the pressure of a gas is the force that the gas exerts per unit area on the wall of the container. Okay, now see different units of pressure. Pascal is the SI unit of pressure. There are other units like ATM, atmospheric pressure, centimeter Hg pressure, millimeter Hg pressure, okay, or torr. These are different units of pressure. And the standard pressure is 1 atm, which is equal to 76 centimeter Hg mercury pressure. Now see relationship between different units of pressure. 1 atm, which is standard pressure, and 1 atm is equal to 76 centimeter Hg pressure, which is also equal to 760 millimeter Hg pressure. And 1 atm is equal to 760 torr. So 1 millimeter Hg pressure is equal to 1 torr. Now third standard variable is temperature, which is represented by capital T. And different units of temperature are degree Celsius or Kelvin or degree Fahrenheit. Okay, and minus 273 degrees Celsius is also known as absolute zero temperature. In Kelvin scale it is 0 Kelvin. In the last video I have already discussed about absolute zero temperature. And now relationship between Kelvin and degree Celsius. 1 Kelvin is equal to, that is Kelvin is equal to degree Celsius plus 273. So if temperature is given in Celsius scale, then add 273 to the value of temperature in which is given in Celsius scale. Okay, and you will get temperature in Kelvin scale. So Kelvin scale temperature is equal to the degree Celsius temperature in Celsius scale plus 273. So Celsius scale values, value of temperature in Celsius scale can be converted into Kelvin scale values by adding 273 to degree Celsius values. Now see pressure and volume relationship in gases. Pressure volume relationship in gases. And Boyle's law, it is the important law of gas. Boyle's law, it describes the pressure volume relationship in case of gases. So Robert Boyle systematically studied the relationship between pressure and volume of gases. He found that at constant temperature the volume of a fixed mass of a dry gas decreases by half when the pressure on it was doubled. He found that at constant temperature, the volume of a fixed mass of a dry gas decreased by half when the pressure on it was doubled, and it becomes 4 times its original volume when its pressure was decreased to 1/4. And he described this behavior in the form of a law which is known as Boyle's law. So what is the Boyle's law? And statement of the Boyle's law is that volume of a given mass of a dry gas, volume of a given mass of a dry gas is inversely proportional to its pressure at constant temperature. The volume of a given mass of a dry gas is inversely proportional to its pressure at constant temperature. So volume is inversely proportional to pressure at a constant temperature for a given mass of a dry gas. Now mathematical expression of Boyle's law. If a gas occupies volume V1 when its pressure is P1, then you can write according to Boyle's law V1 is inversely proportional to P1. So V1 proportionality sign 1 by P. V1 is inversely proportional to P1. That means V1 proportionality sign is 1 by P1, or V1 is equal to K by P1, where K is a constant, or PV is equal to constant. PV is equal to P1, V1 is equal to constant. Okay, and if V2 is the volume occupied, volume of the gas occupied when the pressure is P2 at the same temperature, then you can also write V2 is inversely proportional to P2. So V2 proportionality sign 1 by P2, or V2 is equal to K by P2, or V2 P2 is equal to K, that means constant. So product of pressure and volume remain constant at a particular temperature for a given mass of a gas, dry gas. Okay, so using these two equation, P1 V1 is equal to constant and P2 V2 is equal to constant. So you can also write P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2 is equal to K at a constant temperature, and this is called Boyle law equation. So Boyle's law may also be stated as the product of volume and pressure of a given mass of a dry gas at a constant temperature is constant. This is another statement of Boyle's law. Now graphical verification of Boyle's law. The Boyle's law can be verified by plotting a graph V versus volume versus 1 by pressure and volume versus pressure and PV versus P. Okay, so first see volume versus 1 by P graph. Okay, it looked like this. This is volume versus 1 by P. Volume is inversely proportional to pressure, but volume is directly proportional to 1 by pressure. Volume is inversely proportional to pressure, but volume is directly proportional to 1 by pressure. Okay, so the V versus 1 by P plot is, it is a straight line passing through the origin. The V versus 1 by P graph is a straight line passing through the origin at a constant temperature. Okay, so this graph shows variation in volume with 1 by P at a constant temperature. Next, V versus P graph. We know according to Boyle's law, V is inversely proportional to P. V is inversely proportional to P. Okay, so higher the value of volume, lower is the pressure, or lower is the volume, lower is the volume of value of volume, higher is the pressure. Okay, so V versus P graph, it is a hyperbolic curve. It look like this hyperbolic curve. V versus P graph. Okay, it is not V versus 1 by P. Okay, the V versus 1 by P graph is straight line passing through origin, but V versus P graph is a hyperbolic curve. Okay, and this curve is also known as isotherm because temperature is constant. Next, PV versus P curve or graph. PV versus P graph. You know, according to Boyle's law, the product of pressure and volume remain constant always. Okay, so the pressure value of pressure into volume, the value of product of pressure and volume remain constant always. Okay, so the PV versus P graph is a straight line parallel to the pressure axis. If you change the value of pressure, the value of pressure in product of pressure into volume, product of pressure and volume remain constant. Okay, if you increase or decrease the value of pressure, the product of pressure and volume remain constant always. That's why the uh, graph PV versus P graph is a straight line parallel to the pressure axis, and it look like this PV versus P graph. Okay, now explanation of Boyle's law in terms of molecular motion or kinetic theory. Explanation of Boyle's law in terms of molecular motion or kinetic theory. According to the kinetic theory of gases, number of particles present in a given mass and the average kinetic energy possessed by the particle is constant. Now, if the volume of a gas, if the volume of a given mass of a dry gas is reduced to half its original volume, the same number of particles or molecules will have half to will have half the space to move. As a result, the number of molecules striking at unit area of the wall of the container at a given time will get double, and so the pressure also gets double. If volume become half, pressure will be double. Okay, and conversely, if the volume of a given mass of a gas is double, if the volume is double at a constant temperature, the same number of molecules will have double the space to move about, and consequently the number of molecules striking at unit area of the wall of the container at a given time will become one half of its original value. Thus, pressure of the gas will reduce to half of its original pressure. That means if you increase the volume, if the volume become double, then the pressure will become half of its original pressure. Hence, it is seen that if the pressure is increases, the volume of a given mass of a gas decreases at a constant pressure, and this is known as Boyle's law. It is seen that if the pressure increases, the volume of a given mass of a gas decreases at a constant temperature, and this is known as Boyle's law. Now, significance of Boyle's law. Boyle's law, we know according to Boyle's law, on increasing pressure, volume decreases and the gas become denser. Thus, at a constant temperature, the density of a gas is directly proportional to its pressure. Higher the pressure, higher is the uh, higher the pressure, lower is the volume, and higher is the density. An atmospheric pressure is low at high altitudes. We know that atmospheric pressure is low, very low at very high altitudes. So, air is less dense at very high altitude, and hence a lesser quantity of oxygen gas is available for breathing at very high altitudes. And this is the reason why mountaineers have to carry oxygen cylinder with them. Here one note is given that when air is blown into a balloon, volume and pressure inside the balloon increases, both increases. When air is blown into a balloon, volume and pressure inside the balloon increases. Here Boyle's law is not violated. This is because as the law is valid for a definite mass, but in this case mass is also increases. That's why in this case Boyle's law is not valid. Okay, so it is the Boyle's law is not violated as the law is valid for definite mass. Okay, here mass is increases when more air is blown into the balloon. Okay, now you have to do some numericals. You have to solve some numerical problem based on mathematical expression or equation of Boyle's law, which is P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, where P1 is the initial pressure, V1 is the initial volume, and P2 is the final pressure and V2 is the final volume. And using this P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, you have to solve some numerical problems. For example, one example I have given here, a gas occupies 800 centimeter cube. This is the volume, initial volume P1 under 760 millimeter Hg pressure. This is the P1 initial pressure. Initial pressure P1 is 760 millimeter Hg pressure and initial volume is 800 centimeter cube. Find under what pressure the gas will occupy 380 centimeter cube volume. So final volume is V2 is 380 centimeter cube. Final volume is 380 centimeter cube. Okay, you have to calculate what is the final pressure, what is the value of P2. Okay, so put these values in P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2 equation. Okay, and calculate the value of P2. The value of P2 will become, after calculating, the value of P2 will become 1600 millimeter Hg pressure, which is equal to 160 centimeter Hg pressure. Okay, you have to solve such type of numerical problem based on the mathematical expression of Boyle's law, and also you have to practice, you have to draw this graph. Okay, P versus 1 V versus 1 by P graph, or V versus P graph, or PV versus P graph. You have to practice this graph. Okay students, thank you. Next day I will discuss about Charles law.